Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to review clones of God of Fire by Stéphane Humbert Lucas 777. Now, mango is currently a very popular note, and the king of that note is definitely God of Fire. The clones that we are going to review today are Vulcan by French Avenue, Sceptre Malachite by Maison Alhambra, Ophidian Mango Bliss by Paris Corner, Mango Ice by Gulf Orchid, and Opulent Dubai by Lattafa Perfumes. Now, God of Fire is a legendary release, an absolute masterpiece of niche perfumery. But let's be real here for a second. It comes with a massive wallet-draining price tag, usually around $250. Now, let's look at the clones. None of them are one-to-one exactly like the original, but few come very close. First up is Vulcan from French Avenue. The presentation here is solid, but what's inside the bottle that counts. If you look at the official documentation for this one, French Avenue did not try to put a twist or anything. They went for exactly the same genetic makeup. The notes are top notes, mango, ginger, lemon, red fruits. Heart notes, coumarin, jasmine, cedar, and base notes of musk, amber, agarwood, cypriol. Similarity here is about 95%. Longevity and projection, solid 6 to 8 hours on skin, with a really nice scent trail for the first 2 hours. It doesn't scream, but people will notice you. Because the note pyramid is essentially identical to the original, it absolutely nails that bright, juicy mango, sharp ginger opening. The mid and the base capture the exactly same moody dark contrast with the oud and cypriol. When a clone uses the exactly same notes, the only difference is the blending quality. It might be slightly sharper of the initial spray compared to the perfectly smooth God of Fire, but in the air, the scent trail is nearly indistinguishable. Vibe? Rich, exotic, perfectly balanced between bright fruit and dark woods. This has a serious depth. It's brilliant for warm summer evenings, date nights, or anytime you want to make a bold statement. Choose Vulcan if you want an exact, unapologetic, almost one-to-one clone of the God of Fire experience. It gives you that precise niche-level contrast without trying to change the formula. Next is the one everyone is talking in comments about, Sceptre Malachite from Maison Alhambra. Maison Alhambra brings heat with this one. You need to pay close attention to the official notes straight off the packaging, because the way this is blended is going to surprise you. The official notes are top notes green tangerine, bergamot, and black currant. Middle notes, aromatic notes, lavender, jasmine, pink pepper, spicy notes, base notes of amber, musk, woodsy notes, and vetiver. Similarity is 85%. Longevity, great performance. You will easily get 7 to 9 hours out of this, and the projection pushes quite well for the first 2 hours. Now, this is wild. Despite the official notes having absolutely zero mango listed anywhere, the master blending of this tart green tangerine and juicy black currant creates this phantom green mango accord. It instantly tricks your nose into reminding you of God of Fire. Now, once the opening settles, it is much greener, sharper, and more aromatic. It completely ditches the sticky sweetness and the heavy oud base of the original. Instead, it leans heavily into clean, earthy vetiver, fresh lavender, and cooling aromatic. The vibe here is fresh, green, slightly spicy, incredibly clean, and professional. Because it lacks that heavy oud base, this is incredibly versatile. It's an amazing safe office scent or a signature daytime grab for the spring and summer months. Choose Sceptre Malachite if you want that tropical, God of Fire aura, but you need something fresher, greener, or highly wearable in professional or everyday setting. It is essentially the gentleman's tropical scent. This is the only one from the lineup I do wear sometimes to the office. Now we get to the heavy hitter, Ophidian Mango Bliss by Paris Corner. If you are a fragrance purist and you demand exactness, listen up and look at these notes. Top notes are mango, lemon, ginger, red berries. Middle notes, woody notes, coumarin, jasmine, and base notes musk, amber, agarwood, and cypriol. Similarity is about 90%. Longevity and projection, absolute beast mode. You are getting 8 to 10 hours and it leaves a thick, intoxicating scent trail wherever you walk. On paper and in the air, this is almost one-to-one clone. It manages to capture both sides of the coin perfectly, the hyper juicy spicy mango opening and the deeply dark serious woody cypriol dry down. Honestly, the differences are microscopic. It might be just a fraction sharper or less perfectly smooth in the first 5 minutes right of the atomizer, but let it sit for 10 minutes. Once it settles in the air, catching the sillage is nearly indistinguishable from the original. The vibe here is the intoxicating, deep and complex. Where to wear? Summer nights, high-end events, or times where you want a fragrance that evolves drastically from the first hour to the fourth hour. Next, we have a wild card of the bunch, Mango Ice by Golf Orchid. This house takes the core DNA and turns it upside down and spins it in a completely different, very interesting direction. The official notes are top, mango, lemon, ginger, rhubarb, middle notes, white flowers, amber, licorice, base notes of musk, vanilla, caramel, and chestnut. Now, similarity is about 75%. Longevity and projection, very solid performance, right around 7 to 8 hours. Projecting nicely for the first 3 hours with a delicious sweet aura. Vibe is the icy, highly refreshing, and unapologetically gourmand. It absolutely keeps the tropical mango spark of the God of Fire in the opening. But almost immediately, you can feel this one pulling in a colder, sweeter, more playful direction because of that rhubarb note. Then, the whole thing flips. Instead of the original dark wood and cypriol backbone, Mango Ice dries down into something much creamier, sweeter, and more gourmand. This is exactly why the similarity lands around 75%. The top feels related, but the base turns it into more of a frozen mango dessert experience than a dark woody niche statement. Where to wear? Dead of summer, high heat, beach days, or when you are fighting through a thick humidity and want a fragrance that can cut through the air while still giving off a sweet, dessert-like vibe. Choose Mango Ice if you absolutely love the opening blast of tropical fruit, but you would much rather smell like a literal mouth-watering frozen mango dessert than a dark, woody complex niche fragrance. It's fantastic, sweet, summer twist that stands on its own. Finally, we have to talk about the release that has been making a massive waves. Opulent Dubai from Lattafa Perfumes. You guys know Lattafa. They rarely miss when they tackle a popular DNA, and they brought a very interesting, high-performance twist to the God of Fire profile here. The official notes are top notes mango, grapefruit, lemon, and ginger. Middle note jasmine, cedarwood, violet, and base notes of woodsy notes, benzoin, ambergris, and oak moss. Similarity is about 85%. Longevity and projection, incredible performance. You are easily looking at 10 to 12 hours on skin and clothes with a really strong, room-filling sillage, especially when the heat kicks up. It absolutely captures that initial tropical, fruity blast. The mango, lemon, and ginger combination right at the top gives that exact same energizing, mouth-watering feeling as the original. In the air, it honestly smells like a literal mango slushy. How it differs from the original? The opening leans a bit more into floral notes, specifically the violet and jasmine, giving it a slightly brighter texture. More importantly, it completely skips the dark oud of the God of Fire. Instead, it dries down into a resinous, slightly marine, and earthy finish thanks to the benzoin, ambergris, and oak moss. Vibe is tropical, slightly floral, and incredibly agreeable. This is a pure dumb reach for the heat. If you live somewhere warm or you are going on a summer vacation, this cuts through the humidity perfectly. It's a massive compliment puller. Choose Opulent Dubai if you want a nuclear performance and love the mango top notes, but prefer a dry down that is more resinous, amber heavy and floral rather than dark and woody. It's the ultimate easy to wear tropical inferno. The final verdict. To wrap things up, here is the quick breakdown of which God of Fire clone is right for you. For the purist, the one-to-one clones, or almost, go with a Vulcan Foul or Ophidian Mango Bliss. Both nailed the exact bright mango and a dark woody oud contrast of the original. Choose Ophidian if you want absolute beast mode projection, and Vulcan Foul if you want a slightly smoother opening. For the professional, the everyday grab, pick Sceptre Malachite. It gives you that phantom mango aura but keeps it fresh, green, and completely office safe by ditching the heavy oud. For the sweet tooth, the summer gourmand, grab Mango Ice. It skips the dark woods entirely and gives you a mouth-watering icy mango dessert that is perfect for the beach. And then for a high heat performer, the Resinous twist, I recommend Opulent Dubai. It's your best bet. It delivers nuclear 10 to 12 hour performance with a beautiful floral and amber heavy dry down instead of dark wood. Which of those mango heavyweight is your favorite? Or do you think the original God of Fire is still worth the massive price tag? Let me know down in a comment. I have dropped affiliate links to those in the description below. I buy the bottles myself, so using those links helps defray some of the costs and really helps the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next review. Thank you very much for watching.